Leaks for Wuthering Waves are now pointing way past version 3.5, and the roadmap looks stacked from 3.5 all the way to 3.8. We're looking at Electro Rover, Yangyang SP, and more, plus a bigger shift toward teams built around specific elements in combat mechanics rather than just general damage setups. Since this is leak territory, details can still change, but the direction sounds pretty clear. The biggest piece starts with Rover, because version 3.5 looks like the update where Rover finally gets the Electro element. This version doesn't just give Rover a new damage type, it changes how Rover plays. The leaked kit points toward a dual weapon system, where Rover still uses the standard sword as the main weapon, but also gets a crossbow-like secondary weapon with extra tactical functions. That alone makes Electro Rover feel like a full redesign instead of a simple element swap. What matters more is the team role. Electro Rover looks like a core piece for future Electro teams, especially because the early information keeps linking him with He-She. That makes it sound like Kuro wants Electro Rover to become a proper centerpiece instead of a free unit that gets replaced later. If He-She really ends up being his best teammate, then Electro Rover may have a real place in the meta rather than just a fun alternative form. Version 3.5 also seems to focus heavily on Yangyang and Suisui. Yangyang SP, also called Xuanling in the leaks, is listed as a 5-star Havoc character, and her role sounds very direct. She looks like a main DPS built around Havoc Bane mechanics, with a focus on sustained damage instead of quick burst windows. That's important because it gives Havoc another carry option and makes Yangyang's SP version feel like a major character upgrade tied into the story. Suisui adds another layer to that update. The leaks describe her as Yangyang's sister and place her as a Glacio support, but her value seems more specialized. Her kit apparently works around negative status effects, which basically means debuff-style gameplay. That kind of support probably won't fit every random team, but for Glacio-focused setups, she could become one of the most important support options. That also explains why people are already talking about future Glacio Negative Status teams. One possible setup would use Hyuki as the main DPS, Lucilla as the sub-DPS, and Suisui as the dedicated support. That team idea makes sense because each unit would serve a specific role around the same mechanic instead of just stacking strong characters together. If the leaks play out that way, Glacio could become one of the more structured team archetypes moving forward. So version 3.5 doesn't just look like another character patch, it looks like the starting point for a larger meta shift that runs through 3.8. Electro Rover could give the protagonist a serious role again. Yangyang SP gives Havoc a major new DPS. Suisui may shape future Glacio teams. If even most of this roadmap ends up accurate, Wuthering Waves players have a packed stretch of updates ahead.